welcome back to Car Juice. Today I'm going to be giving you guys the squeeze on the 2025 BMW M4 LCI. So with the LCI, not only did they add in some really sharp looking headlights, as you guys saw as I was peeling around that corner. By the way, that was a pretty sick intro. You guys should go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you didn't like that intro. It's pretty sick. But they also added in an additional 20 horsepower on the competition X-Drive models, putting this baby at a fat 523 horsepower. The lineup just continues to get more and more confusing, as BMW likes to do. So this manual transmission model makes 473, the competition rear-wheel drive model makes 503, and then the competition X-Drive is going to be racking that full 523 horsepower, putting that 0 to 60 time right in that 2.9 to 3 second range, which is really, really fast. This car, as equipped, is about $85,000. However, I have ordered one of these that's Alpine white, that's black, coming in here very soon. That's cracking in right around that $100,000 price point. I'm going to go ahead and open up the hood for you guys, as they haven't changed too much under there, but I do want to show you guys the beautiful S58 motor. Also, I mean, you just admire this headlights, but you've got this fat, super nice strut brace to hold you in the corners as you're going around, ripping around. You also have a twin intake system, and since this is an M car, you have tons of different intercoolers to keep this thing cool whenever you're ripping it around the track. Also, since this is a full M, not a baby M, you've got the horizontal slats versus on the traditional M440 and other models you have more of a hexagonal style kind of intake design, and then the air curtains are pinned in right behind the wheels. No major changes on the front end except for the headlights, and then they also did come out with a new wheel design. This car doesn't have the new wheel design, but they added in some other color options and those sort of things, which do look really, really good. They also added in Cape York green to the color selection and a myriad of other colors. They also have improved the seats, but a little bit more on that later. If you guys would like, come around to the back, and I would like to show you my personal favorite addition to the BMW M4, which is the new laser taillights. They look absolutely phenomenal. Previously, you could only get those on the M4 CSL, but now you can get them on your regular M4. This car is in Sport Plus right now, so it sounds really, really good. I'm going to show you the trunk, but I've got to first, pass by the accelerator, so give you guys some yap paps here in the middle. Good night, take her to dinner. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to climb in the trunk for you guys, just so you can see that the trunk is the same size as the outgoing model, but if you're a 5'8" gentleman, you should be able to comfortably take a nap in your M4 on your lunch break. As if you're buying this thing at that $100,000 price point, you may no longer be able to afford a house. But yeah, not too shabby. You can also fold down these rear seats, so if you're going golfing or anything along those lines, oh my god, you can still do that pretty comfortably. And then since this is an M car, it only comes with a fix-a-flat kit, not a full-on spare tire, so keep that in mind, as no run flat tires. So if you get a nail in your tire, you're going to be having to use this or calling your buddies over at AAA, or the included 4 years of roadside assistance that you get with BMW with that 4-year 50,000 mile warranty. That's more or less everything on the back end of the car, but I mean, quad exhaust tips because it's an M car, 473 horsepower, and then around that 3.2 second 0 to 60 time with that manual transmission. Let's go ahead and take this thing for a bit of a drive. In the driver's seat of the LCI 2025 BMW M4, you are greeted with a plethora of updated options and interior features. For example, they finally upgraded to iDrive 8.5, which has a much more simple to use climate function, where you can more simply control where the air is coming out of rather than trying to use the clunky buttons along the bottom of the screen. This is much, much easier to use on a daily basis. You also have this juicy flat bottom steering wheel, flat bottom steering wheel, not fat bottom, but also has this nice red center marker here, which is quite cool. And then you can just easily rest your hands on the center part, which is quite nice, especially as they have available adaptive M suspension if you choose to, not adaptive M's. Hold on, let me restart. Okay, so in the driver's seat, you are met with a plethora of other upgrades, such as the most obvious, the new updated flat bottom steering wheel, which is going to be quite nice for that driver assistance professional package, where you can just rest your hand right on the bottom of the wheel, as they are even introducing a flat bottom in the 430 Coupe and Grand Coupe models whenever they are doing the LCI on that car as well. But I love the new center marking here on the center of the steering wheel. However, I don't like how big this thing is. It is such a big steering wheel. It's like, it just feels about like an inch wide on either side, so it leads to a lot of very wide, expressive turning motions whenever you're going around the corners. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just a little bit different, and it's going to take some getting used to. The shifter and the transmission, however, are much better. The throw is much shorter between the gears, just comparing between the this model to the previous one. So definitely nice to see the new shifter and them taking that into account. They've also changed how the carbon fiber kind of sits along the dashboard here, and then you also have new vents along the inside of the car with the patent-pending titty twister vent controls, which are quite nice and just make it a lot of fun. Inside of the roof, it does pass the soft touch roof liner test. However, no sunroof, because this car was equipped properly with a carbon fiber roof. You can only get the carbon fiber roof on true M cars, so if you get this thing with a sunroof, don't buy it from me. I don't want to take your order. I'm just kidding. Please hit me up, BMW Cincinnati North, if you are interested in an M4. We have some available allocations and those sort of things. We can get you the fastest one in the area, as we are the biggest dealer here in the Midwest. As far as sound system goes, no big upgrades or changes there, with the Harman Kardon audio system being an $875 option still, but a must-have if you like anything with a reasonable amount of bass in it. But without further ado, let's, last thing I want to talk about, the new the new seat colors. They have some new contrast seating options, and then they also added Alcantara to the pinnings up at the top. So these seats are very nice and very comfortable, and they still light up just like the previous generation. But let's run this thing around the block, kind of give you guys some updated comments on the new transmission and what I'm excited to see with the updated M4. First thing I noticed whenever I was getting into this car is it sounds like the M Sport exhaust is now like the standard exhaust. It is considerably louder. That is like a $7,000 exhaust on the pre-LCI model, and this car sounds like it just has it from the factory. I don't know if that's the case, but maybe it's just the car enthusiast in me getting too excited, but it's quite nice. BMWs are very, like, modern BMWs, for whatever reason, for me, are pretty hard to drive as a stick. Like, they're very bouncy and whatever, but I think that's due to the lightweight flywheel, but it's very easy to, like, slowly ease into this car. You just have to get ready and get used to it. You still have the M1 and M2 buttons, which you can set to customize in various configurations. So you can have different levels for sport, for your engine, transmission, and your suspension. My favorite level is just to keep the M1 as kind of like a sport mode, and then the M2 as a sport plus, or like a Widowmaker mode that will let this thing just eat some rubber. It pulls very good, and this car does still have the 1200 mile break-in, so we're not going to be ripping it too hard, but rides really good. The steering wheel is easy to find the center point, and you just can't rest your hands inside of it too well. It's kind of the biggest gripe that I have about it. But as far as tech and other safety features go, you still are getting the upgraded 4K cameras on all four corners of this car, as well as still having access to the emergency braking and lane departure warning systems that BMW has been touting throughout our entire model lineup. So still a very safe car, gets great fuel economy with either the manual or the automatic. This particular car is going to get probably around 22 to 23 miles per gallon combined, and you're going to get slightly better fuel economy in that 8-speed vehicle. But yeah, that's probably where I'm going to leave my M4 LCI video for today. Thank you guys for coming along on this journey with me, and if you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, please leave them in the comments down below, and hopefully you guys learned something. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.